Introduction to Stoicism. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Did you know that the ancient Stoics had a secret? A secret so powerful it allowed them to face life's toughest challenges with a calm mind and a resilient heart. Imagine possessing the strength to meet adversity with a smile, to turn every obstacle into a stepping stone. This isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about transforming every moment of your life into an opportunity for growth and happiness. Welcome, my friends, to a journey back in time to the wisdom of the Stoics and forward into your own life, where this ancient wisdom is more relevant and needed than ever. Today, we're not just learning history, we're unlocking the secrets to living a life of purpose, peace, and unshakable joy. Stay with me as we explore how Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to living your best life, no matter what the world throws your way. Get ready to be inspired, to challenge your perceptions, and to see the world through the eyes of some of the greatest minds of ancient times. Before we dive into the transformative wisdom of Stoicism, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Happiness is within your reach. There's absolutely no harm in doing so, and you're about to embark on a journey that's unlike any other. And remember, you're different from the majority, an exception in a world of norms, so don't skip any part of this video. Every moment is crafted with you in mind. How often have we found ourselves saying, "I'll be happy when..." Fill in the blank with whatever fits your life. "I'll be happy when I get that job promotion, I'll be happy when I buy that new car, or even, I'll be happy when the weekend finally arrives." It's like we're constantly postponing our happiness, waiting for something outside of ourselves to trigger it, but here's where the Stoics come in with a game-changing perspective. Stoicism teaches us a profound truth: happiness isn't something that just happens to us. It's not a prize to be won or a destination to reach. Instead, happiness is something we create for ourselves through the way we perceive and interact with the world around us. It's about taking control of what's within our power, our thoughts, our attitudes, our reactions, and letting go of everything else that's beyond our control. Think about it, how many times have we let a rainy day ruin our mood? But here's a Stoic twist: when life seems like a rainy day, remember you have the power to choose how you respond. You can either dance in the rain, embracing the moment with joy and laughter, or you can sulk about getting wet, letting something as trivial as weather dictate your happiness. The choice, my friends, is entirely yours. This isn't just about weather, of course, it's a metaphor for life. The Stoics are reminding us that life will throw all sorts of weather our way: sunny days, stormy nights, and everything in between. And while we can't control the weather itself, we can control how we choose to experience it. Do we let challenges dampen our spirits, or do we find a way to dance through the storms? Now, I'm not saying this is easy, it's a practice, something we have to work on every day. But the beauty of Stoicism is that it gives us the tools to do just that: the impermanence of life. It teaches us to observe our reactions, to question our assumptions about what it means to be happy, and to gradually shift our mindset from one of passive expectation to active creation. So, the next time you catch yourself waiting for happiness to come knocking, remember this Stoic wisdom. Ask yourself, what's within my control right now? How can I create my own happiness in this moment? It might be as simple as choosing to be grateful for what you have, finding joy in the small things, or deciding to smile even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics had this beautiful way of looking at life, seeing it as a series of moments, each one fleeting and unique. They believed that everything around us, every experience, every joy, and every hardship, is temporary. This isn't meant to be a gloomy outlook, but rather a liberating one. It's a reminder to truly live in each moment, to appreciate the now, because the now is all we ever really have. So, when you're experiencing those peak moments, those times when everything just seems to click and life feels like a smooth ride, soak them in. Bask in the sunlight of those moments with deep gratitude. These are the times to fill up your happiness tank, to store memories that you can cherish and look back on. The Stoics would say that it's not just about enjoying these moments, it's about appreciating them for the precious, fleeting gifts that they are. But what about when life gets tough? Because, let's be honest, it will. That's just part of the human experience. Here's where Stoic wisdom shines even brighter. They teach us that even in the midst of adversity, there's a steadiness, a resilience that we can tap into. Because just like those beautiful moments of joy, tough times are also temporary. They too shall pass. This perspective is incredibly empowering. Imagine facing life's challenges with the knowledge that they're not permanent. This doesn't mean that the challenges are any less real or difficult, but it does mean that we can face them with a different mindset. It's about standing firm in the storm. Life isn't always fair, knowing that the sun will shine again. It's like watching the seasons change. Each one brings its own beauty, challenges, and lessons, but none of them last forever. Life is constantly in motion, and when we understand and accept the impermanence of everything, we can live more fully, more fearlessly. So, the next time you find yourself either on top of the world or in the depths of despair, remember this Stoic principle: embrace the impermanence of life. Let it teach you to live more deeply, to hold on to the good times with gratitude, and to face the tough times with the courage and the knowledge that they are just part of the journey, a journey that's always moving, always changing. This is a reality we can't change, but, and this is a big but, it also tells us that our power lies not in the cards we're dealt, but in how we play them. It's our reaction to life's inequalities, the choices we make in the face of adversity, that truly defines us. Let's sit with that for a moment. It's not about the obstacles themselves, but how we choose to respond to them. Stoicism invites us to shift our focus from lamenting our fate to actively shaping our journey. It's a call to arms to take what we have, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and carve out a life of meaning and purpose despite the odds. Now, I know this is easier said than done. When you're in the thick of it, facing challenges that seem insurmountable, it can be tough to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But here's where the Stoic practice of reframing our perspective comes into play. It's about looking at our struggles through a different lens, seeing them as opportunities for growth, for proving to ourselves what we're made of. Think of it as being the sculptor of your own life. Each challenge, each unfair turn of events, is a block of marble, and you've got the chisel and hammer in hand, ready to shape something beautiful out of it. It's not about the imperfections in the marble, but about what you make of it. This Stoic mindset encourages us to take ownership of our lives, to stop playing the victim card. Yes, we might not have control over everything that happens to us, the Stoic's guide to risk-taking, but we always have a choice in how we react. So, my friends, let's take this tough pill to swallow and turn it into a source of strength. Let's accept life's unfairness, not with resignation, but with resolve. Let's use it as fuel to propel us forward, to carve out a life of meaning and purpose. Because, at the end of the day, it's not the fairness of the journey that matters, but the courage, the resilience, and the integrity we bring to it. This isn't about being reckless, it's about recognizing that the greatest risk in life is, paradoxically, never taking one. It's about understanding that true growth, fulfillment, and even happiness often lie just on the other side of our comfort zones. Do we let the unfairness of life defeat us, or do we rise above it, using it as a stepping stone towards becoming stronger, wiser, more compassionate beings? And here's the silver lining: when we start to live this way, embracing Stoicism's teachings, we begin to find a deep sense of satisfaction, not because life suddenly becomes fair, but because we're living in alignment with our values, our principles. We're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, we're actively engaging with life, making conscious choices that reflect who we are and who we want to be. So, my friends, let's take this tough pill to swallow and turn it into a source of strength. Let's accept life's unfairness, not with resignation, but with resolve. Let's use it as fuel to propel us forward, to carve out a life of meaning and purpose. Because, at the end of the day, it's not the fairness of the journey that matters, but the courage, the resilience, and the integrity we bring to it. This isn't about being reckless, it's about recognizing that the greatest risk in life is, paradoxically, never taking one. It's about understanding that true growth, fulfillment, and even happiness often lie just on the other side of our comfort zones. The Stoics, with their profound insight into human nature and the workings of the world, remind us that life is inherently uncertain. We can't control the outcomes of our actions with absolute certainty. But here's the kicker: they also tell us that this uncertainty shouldn't paralyze us. Instead, it should liberate us. Why? Because once we accept that uncertainty is just part of the game, we can focus on what we truly have control over: our decisions, our actions, our willingness to embrace the unknown. Think about it: every major leap in human history, every great love story, every breakthrough innovation started with someone taking a risk. Someone decided to step into the unknown, to pursue something with no guarantee of success. And yes, living in the present, not every risk leads to a win, but Stoicism teaches us that there's value in the attempt itself. It's in taking these leaps that we discover our strength, our resilience, and sometimes, we even surprise ourselves with what we're capable of. So, what does taking a risk look like in a Stoic sense? It's not about being fearless, it's about being brave. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward even when you're scared. Whether it's telling someone how you feel, making a career switch that aligns more closely with your passions, or standing up for a cause you believe in, it's about listening to that voice inside you that says, "What if?" and not letting the "but what if I fail" hold you back. This is where Stoicism really shines. It provides us with a framework for risk-taking that balances courage with wisdom. It's about evaluating our options, considering the potential outcomes, but ultimately, it's about taking action. Because inaction, the Stoics argue, is a risk in itself. the risk of stagnation, of never knowing what could have been, of looking back on life with a heart full of regrets. So, how do we apply this Stoic wisdom to our lives? Start small. Take a risk in an area of your life where the stakes feel manageable. Notice how it feels to step out of your comfort zone, and pay attention to what you learn from the experience, regardless of the outcome. Gradually, as your confidence grows, so will your willingness to embrace bigger risks. And remember, the goal isn't to become reckless, it's to become more alive, more engaged with our own lives. It's about making the most of the time we have, pursuing what truly matters to us, and living with the kind of purpose and passion that only comes from being willing to take a leap. The Stoics, with their keen insights into human nature, recognize that our minds are often pulled in two directions: towards the past, with nostalgia or regret, and towards the future, with worry or anticipation.